I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm feeling really good right now about the shooting, the confidence, especially when you know that you're gonna play every night. I'm in this position, like all the team trusts me, the coaches, they always keep on telling me to be aggressive, to keep like driving to the paint. That's where the confidence came from.
Oh, hi, Gui. How you doing today?
What up, what up? How you guys doing?
What's
I'm
good?
good.
Super appreciative that you're coming on today. I think a lot of Warrior fans are wondering about how things change as a group when you don't have any of your big name players out there and there isn't that pecking order thing. And you guys have talked about how much the ball moves. What's the difference in your strategic approach when you know there's not going to be a Steph or a Jimmy Butler or a Porzingis in the game?
So we know that for us to win games, especially on defense. We gotta be very, very tied up in like what we're gonna do on defense. So we start on that on defense, but offensively, when you don't have Steph, when you don't have Jimmy, Porzingis, guys that are gonna have the ball more in their hands, you just gotta move the ball. You gotta make the ball run for us. So that's one thing that we have in mind, and somebody got to create make the first domino fall, and everybody just keep moving the ball, keep driving, taking the best shots. And I feel like we've been doing that very, very good. I think last game we had a lot of assists, one of the most assists, games in the season. So that was one of the biggest reasons because we didn't stop to move the ball. Everybody was playing and running for each other. And that was what made us really, really play, I think, one of the best basketball games of our season right now without Steph, Draymond, Jimmy, and Porzingis.
It was awesome. As a fan, I kind of kept waiting for the bottom to drop out, but you fell behind and you guys bounced back. And how much of that do you think was because you went out there and you played so fast against a Denver team that's a little bit older and they had played a lot of games lately?
Exactly. So we lost we kind of lost the control of the game in the third quarter. We stopped making shots, we stopped making what we were doing the whole first half. But then we just, we stayed together. The whole team stayed together. And we knew it. We in the bench, when we had a timeout, we knew it. They're going to have a run. So we said, okay, they have the run. Now we got to get back to the game, keep playing like we were playing, and that's a process. If we keep playing like we're playing right now, the shot's going to fall again, and that's going to make us come back in the game. And that happens in the fourth quarter, especially, with BP showing up for big time like he did last night.
Guy, I want to talk to you about and it's not so much about your numbers, but it's a little bit more about how this is just all feeling for you. I'm looking at, and this covers almost exactly a month, I'm looking at 11 games now, straight games where you're scoring, where you've had 20 or more minutes. I'm also looking at, for instance, just the month of February. You're shooting 57%. You're shooting over 45% from three. This has got to be the most consistent play that you've had as an NBA player, I would imagine, and I wonder how it's kind of changed life for you.
Oh, man, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm feeling really good right now about the shooting, the confidence. But I think especially when you know that you're going to play every night, when you know that your team trusts you, the staff trusts you, that gives you way more confidence to go out there. And, you take shots with confidence, you take shots that you think yes, this shot is one of the shots that I got to shoot and I'm going to make it. And I feel right now I'm in this position, all the team trusts me, the coaches, they always keep on telling me to be aggressive, to keep driving to the paint and kick the ball out and make the right play all the time. And that's where the confidence came from.
And the confidence keeps growing. I mean, you mentioned it, no Steph and all the rest of them were out. And so now you go on a quick little back-to-back road trip. How much does help you and all the other guys go into feel even more confident?
One of the best teams right now. So we here right now in New Orleans, and after we play Memphis back-to-back. But yesterday was a great example for us to how we got to play. And, there is days that we're going to make a lot of shots early in the game like we did. And there is games that we're not gonna make that much shots, but just for us to keep playing the same way that we play, everybody running for each other, everybody sprinting back for defense, sprinting into the offense, and just giving 100% of 100% all the time. That's gonna make us. That's gonna put us in a great position to win against every team. Because what really matters is keep the game just like. Even, like we didn't let them go 20 points over us. We didn't go 20 points against them. But by the end of the game, the game was basically tied. And we had BP showing up, and just playing like he was playing. So that's the goal for us for these two games, too.
Gui, I'll tell you this. I think for fans, it's really fun to see a star the size of Steph Curry be as into the game as he is on the bench over there, even though he's not playing. And I wonder what that's like for you guys. What is he saying to you on the bench, and what does he talk you through, and what do you draw from that?
Man, just to have Steph on the sides is great because, over everything, he's like, for a lot of us are way younger than him. We grow up watching him playing, and you have a guy like him that he was 4-time NBA champion already. A lot of NBA All-Stars appearance. He was champion. He was 2 times MVP. All that, and you have him right there with you, just cheering for you and just talking to you, giving you some advice for some type of like plays on offense or defense. Yesterday he had I think I saw BP saying in the media that he was talking to BP to be, to take the shots with confidence and be aggressive. And when you have a guy like him, a guy that made all he does right there, cheering for you and, just supporting the team, it's great. Something great gonna happen because of that. So it's always good to have a guy like Steph on the side for supporting us in these games.
Yeah, and playing off that, Gui, growing up in Brazil, how much NBA do you get to actually see on the daily, and who was your favorite player when you were a kid?
Man, that's a good question because NBA for me was way too far dream, just to make to the NBA because come all the way there to America and change your whole life, learn another language. And that was a way, far dream for me. But I started watching it in 2014, 15, because I was used to watch more like the national basketball in Brazil, the pro league in Brazil. But then after, I remember Leandro Barbosa, he was playing here for Golden State. And I remember the year they won the championship, and then, I was locked in on NBA, watching almost every game, trying to, watch the games with going to some friend's house because I didn't have, I don't know if they have NBA Pass by the time, but I didn't have, ESPN or something. I didn't have nothing of that. So I had to go to my friend's house to go watch it. That's how I have my first time watching NBA and just seeing Steph, Clay, Draymond, all these guys killing it. And then they have KD coming for the team. So that was when I started really watching NBA.
Speaking of what you watch and going back to the plane flight you guys were just on, I should have asked you not just what you eat and where you sit, but what do you watch? And by chance, was it Steph Curry's new GOAT movie?
So I already watched the new, the Steph movie. I went to the movie theater to watch it. It's a great movie. Just to watch it and see I saw Steph was doing the voices of one of the characters.
Yeah.
So that was really, really fun because I could recognize right away when it was him talking. And when I'm in the flight, usually I'm a guy that I like to play video games. I have a handheld PC that is I can play everywhere. So I just bring it with me, and I just play that in the flight.
I want to hear more about you seeing the GOAT movie. So You give it a good review. Who did you go with? Did you go with a teammate, or how'd that all go?
Man, I was like, when I watch it, I watch it me and my girlfriend.
Okay.
My girlfriend with me. So I was, wherever the goal was, I was there. So I was with him all the time.
I mean, that's pretty awesome. And do you have moments where you kind of, I don't know, pinch yourself when you realize that you're playing basketball on the same team as Steph Curry?
Yeah, that was the first. I remember the first game that I played with him that he gave me my first assist was in Memphis. In a transition, he passed me the ball. I promise you, I never like received a pass that was so heavy like this one. Because I was like, it's just Stephen Curry passing me the ball to do a layup.
Right.
What could go wrong?
That's awesome.